Hello everybody, and welcome to another wonderful addition to the Chessbait Drivecast. Buckle your seatbelts and change that stick to drive on this if you're driving on stick shift, in which do what you always do. Today the topic is social media, because I was just thinking about a bunch of topics to talk about, and that just happened to pop in my head. So today we're going to be talking about social media. Sorry if the rumbles in the car is always very loud, because it always is. Why wouldn't it be? So yeah, social media. What a fine concept. I don't know. Like, we all know that the first big social media site was Facebook, and sure, you can say that. Oh gosh, what's that website that nobody ever talks about again? MySpace. Sure, MySpace was a big thing, but it had a really big decline. And people stopped caring about it altogether because it sucked. It was great in its heyday, but it sucked. And Facebook sucks now too because it's falling for the same traps as MySpace did. I don't know. I'm really conflicted about Facebook because on one hand, yeah, it's the biggest social media platform in the world. I guess besides YouTube. Besides that, I don't know. There's the whole situation with Cambridge Analytica and selling your data to other people, and ever since that, every single company has been talking about how they're never going to sell their data to other people, despite a lot of them probably still doing it, at least fishing for the data. And then a lot of social media apps just end up dying really quickly. If you told me back in 2016 what the biggest apps were, I'd probably say Instagram is up there, but it's been dying for a really long time. It's been getting old. Twitter's always up there, but I never use Twitter for a very good reason. And then there's your Snapchats, your I don't think TikTok existed back then. Your Snapchats, your Vines. Seriously, man, the death of Vine really affected a lot of people. I wasn't one of them because I never actually used them. You guys remember Kick? I'm pretty sure Kick was a social media platform of sorts. And it died really fast because, one, the people on Kick are just really creepy people. Speaking from personal experience, during my 2-month spell of using Kick, long story short, I got really bored. I realized that Kick was a thing of the past, and I wanted to see what kind of people are still on it. And lo and behold, most people are just I don't want to say any unsavory things. I'm just going to say they're mostly creepy people. I met this one really cool dude on there. We talked for a week, and then we kind of ghosted each other just because we only had so many interests that aligned with each other. Let's see, Facebook. Again, Facebook Messenger is a decent messaging app. It is annoying when the bubble keeps popping up on the side. Facebook Groups is a surprisingly good feature. Although I never actually go on the groups, the Facebook groups just as a whole is surprisingly not that bad. Yeah, seriously, there isn't really much of an alternative to that. It's the most viable blog / social media friend group zone. The only thing I can really compare it to is Discord, and even Discord's a whole nother beast. I remember back in middle school, all my friends told me to get Discord. It's yo, what's your Discord? Yo, what's your... No. It used to be Skype. I don't know if Skype will be used as a social media website, not website, but social media app as a whole, because it's mostly just used for video chatting. It's like MSN Live Messenger, except much more laggier. And trust me, I've used MSN Live Messenger before when I was younger. I have relatives overseas. It is a crazy. Man, it's been such a long time since I've used MSN Live Messenger. I still remember the Windows 7 loading screen and waiting for people on the just the overall loading screen. Man, nostalgia is was one of humans' greatest weaknesses. Well, second only to the neck. That's a quote right there. Quote of the day. But yeah, I use Discord a lot because it's really accessible. It's really useful. It surprisingly holds up a lot, especially a lot of the updates. But Discord already has a specific how do you say? I don't want to say demographic. It has a certain connotation to it. Like you go to Snapchat, you're probably going to end up finding a bunch of teens and preteens from most likely America talking about I don't know, whatever's going on today, and most likely the stories feature has already been taken over by Instagram, somewhat by Facebook. It's not really used that much on Facebook, and especially Twitter now, since what's it called? Twitter's Fleets. Is that what it's called? Nobody ever uses Fleets. It was such a terrible idea. First of all, just call them stories like everybody else. Second of all, like, I get it. Twitter, I'm so conflicted about Twitter, because, like, on the one hand, it's such an amazing app because it's the most accessible out of all of them. Like, Twitter is the fastest, it's the fastest growing and fastest moving, because of how easily accessible and widespread it is. Like, if you think about celebrities doing something, sure, they could put it on Instagram and all that and get a bunch of likes, but most likely you're just going to tweet it. Because if you tweet something, that gets a lot of attention. Even nobodies can get canceled on Twitter. And the whole reason people talk about other things, just being toxic in general, is most likely because of Twitter. Like, there's been stalker situations on Twitter. There have been really great fan interactions on Twitter. Why am I talking about fans in general? There have been great, I don't know, just, it's kind of amazing that people can get canceled for stuff that they said millions of years ago in terms of the internet age, because, like, Twitter, it's supposed to be a time capsule. It kind of is a time capsule for everything that's happened. Like, you capture the moment, and the reason it's more powerful than Instagram is because with Instagram, you have filters, and I'm not talking about photo filters. I mean, like, genuinely, you get to pick what you want. You get to take a picture and then take a good look at it, and then decide if it's good or not. Twitter, nobody ever actually thinks about it. They just take a look at it and they just press send because it's Twitter. Nobody actually spends that much time reading a tweet, and that's how people get canceled. I don't know. Again, I've talked about cancel culture. I'm pretty sure I have talked about cancel culture before. If I haven't, TLDR, I'm not against it, but this is not the way to do it. Like, I understand wanting people to be responsible for their actions. As a person who's very irresponsible most of the time, I will admit that I would probably be cancelable as well. But, like, all people are cancelable to a certain extent. Like, if you really dig into anyone's past, I bet, like, if you even dig, like, I'm pretty sure if you even dig into the past of a 12-year-old, they would be cancelable. Oh, you pushed little Timmy down the stairs when you were 10? Oh, that's technically battery and assault and involuntary manslaughter. I don't know these terms. I'm not a lawyer. But you push little Timmy down the stairs, and he had to get 10 different stitches. He had to get 10 stitches on his leg and 1 stitch on his eye. So, where'd that come from? 1 stitch on his eye. We're really sorry, but that's cancelable. Like, seriously, imagine if I don't know. I'm trying to imagine the most wholesome celebrity of all time. Imagine if Keanu Reeves. Imagine if people found out that Keanu Reeves was I don't know. Keanu Reeves was a heavy adulterer way back in the day. I'm not saying he is. He probably isn't. I hope he isn't. I mean, the dude's the most wholesome guy you could ever be, especially for someone from his background. And by background, I mean, like, his past. Apparently he had a really messed up past. But, like, that's my point. Like, imagine that even the purest guy like Keanu Reeves ends up canceled simply because, I don't know, he used to beat up people in the street, beat up women on the street. I was trying to think of a minority, but I couldn't really think of any without sounding biased or racist. Also, I understand that, like, women are misrepresented and all that, and, like, there's a whole argument to have about that too. But, like, they're technically not minorities. I don't know how to feel about that. It's like on the one hand, yes, they are misrepresented and they are underrepresented, blah blah blah, all that. But on the other hand, they're not a minority. If you want a minority, you know, you shouldn't have more than 50% of all the people. I don't know. I'm just messing with everybody. I wouldn't say it's not really a popular minority. It's more of a representative minority. It's not really wanting to throw terms left and right, but you know, that's how it is. Now let's get back in here. Wow, I did not think I was able to rant for that long about social media, and then all of a sudden transition into cancel culture. But that's what happens on the Chessbait Drivecast. We enjoy ourselves. Oh my gosh, garage open. We enjoy ourselves ranting about random things. I should probably invite another person onto the so-called pod. It's not really a pod. It's a Drivecast. No, it's just me talking to myself. I mean, I guess I'm talking to all of you guys out there, but mostly it's just me talking to myself, so that way I don't get bored when I come back from work. I don't know. Like usually, I'll end up just listening to a podcast or a YouTube video, but this is also fun. If you like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff down below. I'll see you guys on another road. I forgot how to do my outros. Hey, whatever. Peace.